Let's check out toast-worthy teas from France.
And for those looking for a worthy alcoholic fill, a progressive take on local beers.
And a specialty salad and beverage bar catering to health-conscious chowhounds.
And a champagne all-you-want brunch buffet.
So raise your glasses as we round up the toast of the town.
Let's drink and celebrate life as we try the hottest thirst quenchers around town. I'm Walter de Mesa.
And I'm Karen Pamintuan, your guide to the best places, people, scenes, and steals that dare you to live your best life. So raise the bar.
Live the high life.
Here on Listed. Brace yourselves for a brewing revolution. We've got craft beers that are invading Manila, and trust us, you'll never look at your favorite drink the same way again. The local craft beer industry is still very young, but a visit to the new brewery of Katipunan Craft Ales proves that the demand for this subversive brew is growing. Thanks to brave young soul, the Filipino drinker's palate is slowly becoming introduced to the world of artisanal ales. So tell me how Katipunan Craft Ale started.
So there are four of us who started it. We were all friends back in high school in Ateneo, that's the name Katipunan. So we grew up together, started drinking beers together, discovering different kinds of beers, came up with the idea of trying to make our own beer. So we did that in my kitchen, then gave it to a lot of other people, got feedback, very positive response. So one day we just took a leap of faith, quit our jobs, and here we are.
So what differentiates craft beers from like commercialized beers?
Unlike commercial beers, craft brewers, they brew their beers in small batches and they're independent, so it's not a big company that owns it. We're a lot more experimental and more creative in that way. And with the ingredients used, we don't use any extenders, we just use like malt, hops, yeast, and water. So that's the classic beer ingredients to get all the flavors in.
Now what makes your beer, I guess, sort of Filipino tasting?
Generally, we try to stick to certain guidelines with the different styles of beer. So, for example, our pale ale, it sticks to the pale ale style, but we try to tailor fit it to the Filipino taste. It's a lot more sweeter. We try to subdue a lot of the bitterness and make the maltiness come out more.
So what is the reaction so far of like Filipinos to your beer?
Very positive, like I said a while ago. We've had people who don't drink beer and tell us that once they've tasted our beer, they never knew that beer could be this flavorful, or people who aren't used to drinking foreign beers, you know, they try our beer and then, wow, I didn't know we had this here also.
Awesome. Well, I'm actually a beer drinker and everybody knows that. So I cannot wait to try your beer. And you're going to actually have like two different ones that I'm going to taste, right? Okay, so let's go. Now let's see what all this fuss is about. Time to get hopped up with my new beer buddy. So what are we trying today?
All right, first we'll be trying our flagship beer. It's called Indio Pale Ale. It's a pale ale. It's one of the most common basic of craft brews. And has a very mild malt taste, very inoffensive for craft brew, people starting out to drink craft brew.
Okay.
So let me open it for you.
Alrighty, so
it
try
out.
that one. So for example, this is, would you say, sort of something for even people who don't drink beer, this would be a good thing for them to start with?
Yes, surprisingly, we have a lot of people who haven't tried craft beers and they're surprised that they like it. So it's very easy to drink, very sessionable.
How do you think the reaction is now to craft beer? Like more people seem to be drinking it.
It's been slowly building. I think we've been late to the party about 10 years. Around Asia, see Japan and other countries around there, the craft beer industry has been growing. So I'm glad to see that craft beer has been gaining a following here.
Awesome. Okay.
And so we always recommend to drink your beers in a glass.
Okay.
Poured in a glass, never with ice, because it will dilute the flavor. And you always want to have at least an inch of head. So this means the beer is healthy and it will help the aroma come out and flavor come out. So why don't you have a taste and let me know what you think.
First off, it already smells nice and sweet.
So the sweetness comes from the malt, and you should pick up the hoppy notes, bitterness.
It's really good. It's like sort of, I'm sorry, this is a girly description, but it's almost like what I enjoy when I drink tea. It has sort of like a nice little
That kind of makes
flavor.
sense, especially because we add hops to it, and that gives it a lot of character, spicy notes. So
It's really good. I was expecting it to be a little more subtle, but it's actually got a little bit of like a kick, but a very nice kick. Okay, so what's our next one?
All right, next we'll be trying our IPA. This is our latest seasonal. It's called Amarillo Anniversary to commemorate our original brewery that we moved out of. So this one has, I think, twice the malt. So it has a bigger malt base. It's more aggressively hopped, so it has a bigger, more robust flavor.
Nice.
So let's pop one open
Let's
and
try that. Actually, everybody on the show discovered with me that I seem to like IPAs, so we're gonna find out whether I like this one.
Let's see if this holds up to your standards.
We shall see. So here we go. We shall try this. Now let me. This actually smells even like lighter. I mean, the smell.
Should be a bit sweeter too.
One second, there's too much foam. I can't do this ladylike at the moment, okay? When you drink beer, I slug it.
There.
Now we've got some. Actually, same. I do like this more.
All right, I'm
I do
glad.
like IPA. I like that little bitter
Yep.
bit at the end. And it's really nice and smooth, actually. So you can tell me what's in store for Katipunan Craft Ales.
So we have a lot planned. Actually, the brew area that Rafi just toured you through is brand new. And so we're really itching to work with this equipment and try new recipes, new beers, and get our beer out into more places.
Now, how about the future of craft ales just in general here in the Philippines?
So we started this little group mostly because we really love beer. But we also want to spread the beer culture in the Philippines, because beer is really a very misunderstood and underrated drink. So we always say it rivals wine in complexity and pairability with food. So we want people to really show more respect for beer, because I think it deserves it.
I think I have respect for beer. So if you have one with me, and we're going to be saving Filipinos one pint at a time, and it's surely a cause that I can get behind, right?
Cheers.
Cheers.